Hey there guys, Clevin here. Welcome back to McCities Citylife Roleplay, and today we've got some people here with us in our new little update here. So we got Ginevra, Weasley here, and then Revenge, and then I think Waffles was just here, but you know, I think he might have left now. But anyways, let's hop into the McCities video. So we have been hooked up with a house now for 120k. So for 120k, okay, I guess more people still want to teleport. So we've been hooked up with a house for 120k by Spooky. Spooky sold us this house, and it's called Marchville Yellow. So we finally have our own house, and I'm gonna start moving in soon. We need some interior design, which I think I'm gonna pay someone to do here. So yeah, I mean, all these guys wanted to be in the clip, so I just wanted to make this quick starting clip here to kind of fill you guys in. And also I guess we got some stuff here. So we got some some drugs, more vehicles. Oh, okay. Let me hit him up with a thanks mate. Alright, so I'm gonna head out. Well, actually, you know what, whatever. So I really like the idea of doing that little story time. So we got a few more books here. We got Heated Situation 3, which I bought from Remy. Finally talked to him. He's a really cool guy, and he's given me permission to read these. You know, we kind of have like a little, I don't know. So pretty much I'm going to be reading more of his books. And then also Ride Cow has written this flashbacks book, which Revenge has given to me. So it's, I mean, this one's 13 pages, Heated Situation 3, but then 50 pages, so we're probably going to start that one, and then we'll have to wrap that one up another time. So, yeah, let's, we'll be hopping into that in a second. But I also wanted to shout out what's CP42, because he's been hooking me up with some stuff too. He gave me a little bit of cash, and then also he hooked me up with a better helmet now. So we finally don't have to use this slime helmet. We can use this police kit helmet, which has projectile protection for protection 3, which is pretty darn decent. So let's get into Heated Situation 3. So Remy, all rights reserved, but he's given us rights here to read everything. So Heated Situation 3, let's get into it. Screech bang. As he was reliving the crash over and over again. In her head, oh, all the screams and crashes, the blood, but where was she now? Last thing she could remember was getting into the clown's car, but then it just went dark. Is she still in the car? She felt the leather seat underneath her, and a gentle humming, which she was guessing was the car. There was a red blindfold over her eyes, and subtle flashes of light would sometimes come through so she could make out shadows. This was probably other passing cars, but wait, how did they not notice a blindfolded young girl in a car with a blood-stained clown with a hole in him? Ugh, la. Everyone here thinks everything is an art project or a prank. This was neither. Her thoughts were out of nowhere, interrupted by the sound of the car door opening, then closing. Her door was now open, and someone was grabbing her arm, pulling her out of the car. She blacked out. Yasmin, wake up! Quick! Before he comes back, it was Allie's voice. How is this even possible? Allie? Oh my god, Allie! She swiftly got up onto her feet and hugged her. Wait, how are you alive? The atmosphere got eerie fast. No time to explain, Esme. We have to go before it comes back. She hesitated at first, but went along with it as nothing had been normal since that crash. They ran to a large metal door before it opened. Esme stopped as her vision went blurry and weirdly colored. She closed her eyes for a few seconds. Once she opened them, she wished he had drugged her. This was not Allie, it was it. No. She quickly started to run. This is all she had been doing since the crash, running and running. The clown got on all fours and crawled at her, his head spinning all the way around. It pounced onto Esme. Ah, get off of me, you female dog. She stuck her hand down his throat. She could not have done this. She could not feel her arm. She could feel a pain at her elbow. Her arm was gone. Ah, shwoink! Oh, she got up quicker than she had ever done before. Yes, she found her way out. The chainsaw was just laying on the table. She knew what she had to do. She powered up the saw, its roar filling up the warehouse. She ran at him with the chainsaw in her one hand and plugged it into her own heart. Not what you were expecting, huh? He laughed to himself, weak-minded. His body would turn to sand. It would rise again one day. It would only take someone to say the chant. Now for some backstory, a conclusion if you will. How did their car crash in the first book? Well, how you guessed it, the clown did it. How? Well, that is unknown. What is the chant? Well, before Esme and Ellie had gotten in their car, they had been having fun at a sleepover and said a chant they found online. Fools, they messed with the undead. Oh, okay, wow, okay. Well, the Heated Situation series seems to be wrapped up now, and that was actually a really good series, so thanks Remy for reading that. I knew it was something to do with it, like it kind of sounded like it gave me flashbacks, so I mean like, but like I like the little knockoff here, so good job __ Remy, it's a really good series. So flashback 1, so I think we might start reading this. So let's see, who's it by again? Raiko. So let's get into this one now. So if you guys do like the book readings here and you guys want more books and stuff, remember to leave it in the comments and smash that like button, and then I will kind of go around and try to find more books, or you guys can donate books for me to read, write books, you know, whatever you want, and then I can read them on camera and we can do some more of this. So I mean, I just think it's really cool that the server like lets people do that, like how it like kind of City Life role plays into that. So yeah, so let's get into this next one here. So, every old tale goes, once upon a time, there lived a girl named Beta. She had brown hair and big brown eyes and was full of adventure. Every day she would want to go farther out from her village, but her parents kept her from doing so. A few years passed and she was able to go farther and farther. The farther she went, the more she saw. She wanted to see more, though. On a normal day, she met a farm boy. His name was Bug, and he said he lost one of his animals in the woods. Being the adventurer she was, she attempted to help Bug find the missing animal. It was hopeless. After 2 days of being there, they got lost. They couldn't find their way back to the village. After searching for their village and screaming for help, it was no use. They were lost. They ventured in further and further until they stopped. They heard a growl. They were both scared, looking around the bushes to see if anything was there. It came closer and closer until it popped out of a bush. The small, harmless pup fell to the ground, its little feet squirming in the air. It got up and looked at the two. It barked and ran to them, and his tiny bean feet barely getting off the ground. Beta and Bug looked around to see if there were any other animals, specifically a mother of his pup. Beta lifted it off the ground and it licked her cheek. She smiled at the slobberry tongue, touched her face. A wolf pup, and she decided to keep the dangerous animal. She noticed it was a runt, so she knew it wasn't without a mother, or it's just lost. As they ventured further into the woods, Bug noticed that if it was time to go back to his village, in the middle of nowhere. Confused, Beta followed the strange boy out of the forest on the edge where the sea was. He looked back at her, taking out his pocket knife. She backed up, thinking he was going to do something. Why so frightened? She stared in fear, thinking he was going to hurt her. He raised his pocket knife again and walked over to the tree. She stared at him, confused, putting his hand on the old tree. With one quick movement, he kicked the tree, snapping it like it was nothing. Old tree, it'll be great for a boat, Buck said. Oh, you know how to make a boat, as in carve the tree into a boat? Beta replied, staring at the tree. Of course, he smirked, looking down. Beta looked around, realizing the runt was not with her. Where's the little guy? They clapped their hands, trying to find him. He couldn't have gone far, Buck said, searching for him. And plus, Bug stopped, was taken by a small figure. You could hear him crying, or laughing. Who knew? Beta followed Bug's yelp, leading into a bush. She pushed the bush away so she could see, and Bug was lying on the floor, a vicious animal attacking him. Beta screamed and slapped the critter out of the way, it letting out a small yap. The runt fell on the floor, whimpering. Bug got up, his smile fading away. No, he wasn't attacked. He was playing with me. What's wrong with you? Bug yelled at her. Oh, I just thought, she stuttered and looked at the small runt. I'm so sorry, she said. Pick up the pup, putting it close to her face. It licked her, showing forgiveness. What day is today? Beta said, looking at the adorable pup wagging his tail. I believe it's Friday. It's Friday, Bug replied, unsure of his answer. We'll name him Friday. Good boy. Beta grinned ear to ear. Hey, the boat, should I? Bug was cut off by her. Yeah, do your thing. 5 days pass. Wednesday. Date. Random. Wednesday, 5 days of the boat, nothing pure sea, floating away as we're in space. Dizzy from the boat, shaking on the unsettling sea. Another day passes where they finally see land. Bug's home, finally. Filled with excitement and adrenaline, they paddled their way towards the island, nothing in their path, and finally, after what it seemed like forever, they docked. It was flooded with people, a market nearby, and 100 steps racing towards the top of a grand kingdom. We have reached it, paradise. It was so beautiful, so many different people. Houses were towering above, and a wall surrounding the seemingly safe island. The warm sun hit her face, and happiness filled her. Bug came came to a very small home. The windows were boarded with wood and the door was barely upright. Bug stared at her for a bit and let out a sigh of relief. He kicked the door and opened it, breathing in the dirty air. Home, he finally guessed, stretching. He rubbed the dirty window and looked outside. Withered crops and starved animals. Yeah, he sighed. Not used to company, he laughed. Beta looked around the house. Looks like it hasn't been cleaned in months or years. They went upstairs, a small room with a twin bed and a couch in the corner. You can sleep in my bed if you want. I can sleep on the couch, he said, putting his large hat next to a frame of him and some people. Who are they, Beta said, pointing at the picture frame. Bug's pals. Family long ago, and yeah, let's not talk about this. I'm very sensitive about this stuff. Oh, Beta replied, nodding. I understand. Well, let's hit the hay, he laughed, making a farm joke. Get it, hay? He giggled once more. Yeah, I get it, she smirked. And I'll make breakfast in the morning, he said, smiling. The next day. Beta woke up first, looked outside. The one who was out, not even the sun. It was dark. She checked the time. Clock didn't work. She went downstairs in the kitchen. The dishware all stacked in the sink, unclean and rusty. She sighed. I'll have to clean the dishes myself if we're going to have breakfast, unless there are clean plates. She reached for the cabinets, opening them as a wave of dust blew into the air. She coughed, looking at the dusty plates. These'll do. She rinsed the plates, yelling at the boy to come down. Get your butt down here. We're going to the kingdom. I wanted to check it out. She screamed at him as he wobbled down the stairs. Okay, don't yell. Geez, he murmured. I don't know how to make food, so good luck to you, she laughed. Well, I do. Let's get cracking, he started, looking at another joke. Get it? Because we're making eggs? Hee. She rolled her eyes. After breakfast, they set out to the kingdom, up the hundreds of steps to a glorious castle. Well, that was exhausting, he said, looking down from the view. We're so high up. I feel dizzy, Beta said. Sweat from her brow. You'll get used to it, Bug said, casually grabbing her arm and pointing at the kingdom. There it is. Why did you come here again? Just for the view? No, actually, Beta grinned. Something else. What was it? He sipped his bottle of water. I want to become a soldier. It has been a dream. Bug spit his drink out, coughing. What the hell? You're a girl, though. So, and you're a boy, and can I not be a soldier? She frowned. Of course you can. Bug said, unsure of himself, wiping his mouth. Well then, let's go, and ask the king himself and see if I can become one. Whatever you say, dreamer. Into the castle they went, bowing to the guards they passed. I'm kind of nervous. I don't think he'd want me as one, but he might say yes, so let's try it, she said happily. Finally, the gates to the throne room where the king lay. She gulped as the guards opened the massive doors leading into a glorious room filled with riches. They both walked in, looking at the towering ceiling cap. They shuffled to the throne itself. A humble-looking man with a snow-white beard sat on the mighty throne. He had a kind of look on his face, staring down at the kids. What brings you kiddos here? His echoing the whole throne room. Beta looked up at it, her big eyes full of hope. She got on one knee and said, Sir, I'd be an honor if I could be a part of your military. It'd be my dream, Beta said bravely. The king looked down at the young girl, full of courage. He stared at her for a few minutes, then burst out laughing. Beta's face turned red. Well, why are you laughing, sir? She stuttered. Because of me, a soldier? He had a huge smile on his face. You'd be the first Missy. Does that mean I can become one, sir? She had hope in her voice. Well, I don't see why not. You're young, strong, and you seem to have a good heart. You'd be a perfect one. I'd love to have you as a fighter. You have the spirit of a fighter. Welcome to the military, Missy. The king reached for his sword and dubbed her as the first female soldier. I made it, she said to herself. I can finally accomplish my dreams and make my mom proud. She got up from her one knee and bowed to him. Thank you, sir. This means everything to me. I won't make you regret it. I know you won't, he smirked. You'll be better than the others. I am going to station you on the island west from here, a farm area with no one else. You'll be a sentry there. Your mission is to take the vacant village that lies nearby. Pack your bags and get ready, he said briefly. Beta nodded, bowing once more, heading to the exit. I can't believe I made it. Finally in the military, she grinned. Yeah, I can't believe you made it too. Bug was in shock. You look pale. What's wrong, Beta replied, worried. It's just that you're a girl. I thought he wouldn't accept you, he said, taking long pauses and staring at the ground. Beta scoffed. Just because I'm a girl, wow. I thought you were, get away from me. She ran off embarrassed. I didn't mean it like that. His face turned red, running after her. I'm sorry. They ran off into the sunset. End of book 1. Special thanks to Kat, Eddie, Alpha Bug, and many more for making me write this story. Sorry that I couldn't be with you, and I'm sure we'll meet again. Even impossibilities are slim. You are my childhood 3 years ago. Damn, I remember like it was yesterday. I miss you guys. Hopefully you're doing well. Sorry, old friends. Thanks for reading. Beta Girls. Alright guys, well I'm going to wrap it up here. This is a bit longer video. If you guys want more stories, I can't believe we finished that one. We just got so caught up in it. But if you want more story times and stuff like that, just suggest like what you want to see in the comments below. Remember to smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. And anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.